I think right now a lot of people have just kind of given up hope. I think a lot of pro players just don't actually believe in winning internationally, right? But at the end of the day, I want to give hope out there, right? We have to win again 4 best of 5s against the best LPL and the LCK teams. So if we can win here, then there's no excuses for anyone out there in Europe watching. They just need to work hard, right? And then they can be here as well.
Hey guys, this is Ashley Kang of Horizon Esports. This interview has been brought to you by Republic of Gamers, powered by G14 Jeffers. And I'm joined by Caps, the mid laner of G2. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. After they do defeat PSG on a studio match goal on the bracket stage of 2024 MSI. Hey Caps, thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, there was a very, very dominating performance. I think European fans are very excited right now. How are you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super happy. It's a tough tournament, a lot of strong teams, and I'm just happy to get another best of 5 to play.
What was your preparation or mindset coming into today's series? Because PSG wasn't like an easy team to beat either. They took BLG all the way to game 5 in previously.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely very impressed with PSG. I think, I mean, even when they beat FlyQuest, I think that was the first time they caught me off guard, and then their performance against BLG was really insane. And of course, we just played like 2 days ago, so just I was trying to watch as many of their VODs from MSI as possible yesterday, and just really prepare for them because we didn't want to underestimate them. They had proven themselves very strong, and we want to make sure that we didn't end our tournament here.
And G2 had just walked out of the game 5 series against T1 themselves. And I know that even though many people expected T1 to win, G2 tried their best to also win. And the result was a bit disappointing for a lot of G2 players. How did the team collectively try to step out of that defeat?
So I think after the defeat, yeah, everyone was of course very sad, especially because it felt so winnable. So it was like we just did like a little bit better, you know. I'm sure all of us were like, oh, if I just had done one better thing, we could have won it. So I think everyone was very sad about that. I think a very important thing we were saying in our meeting was that people are gonna be mad, right? People are always mad when we lose, and when we get so close, I think a lot of EU fans also get even more frustrated. And it's important that we focus on ourselves and not listen to outside voices, you know, like this is our tournament to perform, and we cannot let one BO5 knock us out. We still have the second chance, and we could go all the way from the lower bracket if we just believe in it. And as long as we have the belief that we can beat anyone, we can do it. We just also have to show up on the day, of course, and play well in the games. But as soon as we lose the hope, as soon as we lose the trust in ourselves and the faith in ourselves, I think that's when we get knocked out for sure, right? For real. So yeah, just keep that hope alive. You know, like we showed with that we can do better than at last Worlds and last MSI. We already showed that talking about earlier this year with like our mid game and our closing out games and stuff like that. Like the games we won against T1 were way better and cleaner than the games we won last year against LPL and SK. We didn't have to stall for Elder Dragon. It wasn't just like a complete mess. It was a lot better. So I'm happy with that, and of course sad that we ended up losing.
I feel like there is a very strong initiative within G2 to, hey, let's not act like we already dropped out of MSI. Let's not act like we can't take best of 5s against the Eastern team. Let's not care about the fact that we are facing against T1, the world champions. That let's treat it like any other match, that there is a hope this is winnable. Can you tell me more about this mindset that I'm possibly hearing here?
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure the believing that you can win, right, is the number one thing because now I will go back to last year. Like I think last year we were believing we could win, which is also why we could clutch out games like that. Some of the games were going very late, but it's very hard to keep your faith alive when you play a lot of very bad games, I guess I would say. Like even at Worlds, you know, when we were winning, it was a struggle. We had to like put in 200% effort to close it out, and even then we were dying all over the place and getting caught. And when we were losing, we just got stomped. Like losing to Genji, they just stomped us. And even similar with Energy. So a big thing for us is like we want to put in the effort and we want to just be a better team. And now we have worked so hard throughout this year. I mean, even last year as well. And we really want to just show it off. So if we lose to T1, it is what it is. But we will keep fighting until our last chance runs out, right? I mean, I think how it's going to look is probably we're going to have to win against I think every LPL and LCK team probably because I think we have 4 BO5s, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
think it's not going to be an easy journey, right? It's going to be very difficult. Of course, we if we win top, I think we can also play against Team Liquid if they somehow make an upset, right? But it's not gonna be an easy journey, that's for sure. But we believe we can win against everyone, but we have to take it like one BO5 at a time, one game at a time. Right now, we're going up against top, and we just have to make sure we win game one, and then we take it from there.
Can you tell me more about the hard work that G2 has been playing? Because in both of the last best of 5 series, we can see so much preparation that G2 has been putting in, looking at all the, picks like the Poppy support or all the level 1 setups, the expertise that G2 has when it comes to the lane swap meta. Can you tell me more about the hard work that the organization as well as the individual players have been putting in towards this tournament?
Definitely, it's like a process, right? It's been throughout the whole year, even last year, where we try to improve it little by little every day. And of course, I think now we can see like some advantages like that, especially in the early game, we had some very good reads on our opponents. We have like watched a lot of our opponents' VODs, and we can get some slight advantage from that. Like we're able to snowball those advantages and end the game because of the mid game practice we've had throughout the year, right? And the mindfulness of just how we actually how we use a lead to win the game. It was not an easy path, right? Like I think a lot of people were laughing about our mid game because it wasn't always clean in Europe. But sometimes you have to take one step backwards before you can take two steps forward, right? And I think I believe in us. But now we also have to prove it, right? We at the end of the day, we are still in the loser bracket. Our backs are against the wall, and we're going up against a very strong team in top esports. Yeah, it's time to prove ourselves.
I mean, I'm almost getting like a 2019 MSI deja vu, both G2 and Team Liquid being in the bracket, a lot of upsets happening. What would it mean for you if G2, for the first time in actually many, many years, is able to take a best of 5 against an Eastern team?
I mean, I think winning against top would be huge for sure. I think right now a lot of people have just kind of given up hope. I think a lot of pro players just don't actually believe in winning internationally, right? Maybe they believe in winning regionally, maybe they don't even do that. But at the end of the day, I want to give hope out there, right? I think now I'm saying the same thing I was saying in 2019 because when I joined in 2017, it was similar, right? No one actually thought that Europe had a chance at MSI. No one thought that Europe had a chance at Worlds, and it's very similar like these last few years. So I really want to get rid of it, and I'm very sad that in season 8 and 9 and even 10 we didn't manage to win Worlds, because I think that would really have like said like, oh, we can do it, Sure, we won MSI, but it doesn't have the same feeling. But this time MSI, we have to win again 4 best of 5s against the best LPL and the LCK teams. So if we can win here, then there's no excuses for anyone out there in Europe watching. They just need to work hard, right? And then they can be here as well.
And this is my final question, Caps. I do talk to, I guess, a lot of variety of different players, players from NA, players from EU, players who have made it decently far in the international tournaments. And I know exactly what you're talking about. I know that that loss of hope kind of creeps into a lot of players, and it sometimes even impacts their career and performance. And I know that the realization or like possible realization can be haunting. So why haven't you given up?
I think my goal was to come into league and to win Worlds, right? And I won't give up until that happens. I think I for sure had some moments where I have lost like faith in myself. I've had moments where I had like not a lot of confidence. I think after season 10, Worlds was a big hit for me because I felt like I had tried for so many years and I just wasn't getting further. But I have very good people around me who support me, and my teammates and my staff. They give me that confidence, right? They bring back that hope, and I wanna win it with them. I wanna lift those trophies. I wanna do the impossible, beat top, beat whoever stands in our ways. Yeah.
I think that's a really good ending to the interview. And thank you so much for your insights throughout this interview. And I think the Western fans will really appreciate it. Okay, thank you so much,
Bye.
Cass. Bye bye.